Well, hi, it's Richard from MedicZone. Welcome to you all. I just want to take a few moments to go through mediczone.co.uk, the website, and explain the key functions and benefits to you from what we've put together here. So I'll just go through very briefly. First of all, let me start with why did we make MedicZone in the first place? It came from a very simple idea following the funeral of a colleague of mine, and I wasn't able to attend the funeral, and I was a little bit upset about it. I happened to be working away at the time, and after the funeral I was chatting to various friends who are all ex-military, like myself, former Royal Army Medical Corps, and they were telling me lots of stories about how the funeral went and anecdotes from the guy who had passed away and stories, and I got to thinking that all of that's going to disappear over time unless we find a way of capturing those memories as people start to drop off from our social circles as we get older and older. All of those memories will disappear, and all of those predominantly military stories will just fade away. And before long, within maybe 20 years, they'll be gone forever. So I wanted to do something about that. My initial thought was to set up a YouTube channel, which I have done, called MedicZone, and I'll talk about that later. And on MedicZone, the YouTube channel, I interview former members of the military, both medical and non-medical, and we talk about their life in service and their life after service, and we try and capture all of those memories so that we don't find ourselves in a position in 10, 20, 30 years' time where it was as if they never existed. As we were developing the YouTube channel, we got to thinking about developing that into a medical community that would add benefit not only to the military medical community, but potentially to the civilian world medical community as well. And that's when MedicZone was born. It's a hybrid of military and civilian medical activities born from memories of deceased members of the medical community who happen to have been former serving military in the British Army. So what I'm going to show you now is the result of that, and I'll come on to the military zone at the very end, but let's look at the front end first. So imagine you've just landed on MedicZone. This is what you'll be presented with at mediczone.co.uk. A very clean, very crisp, very easy to navigate website that will develop over the next 3 to 5 years into what I hope to be a global online medical community where people can come together from both the military and civilian medical world, and they can connect with other like-minded individuals in the field of medicine, all types of medicine. And I'll show you the members that have currently signed up to give you an idea of the breadth of the skills that this is already attracting. So here we are on the homepage, and the first thing that you'll notice on the top here is the sign up or login button. So depending whether you've already joined, you'll get the option to log in. If you're not a current member, you'll get the option to sign up. And that's really, really important. I would urge you immediately following this video to go find MedicZone, click that button, and this is where you end up in the sign up field. Now, it's remembered me, so I can't actually sign up. It's remembered me as the administrator of the website, but I will actually show you in a moment what you get as you go through the sign-in process. But it's really important to stress that when you first start using MedicZone, you have to set yourself up a profile and you have to complete the profile. It doesn't ask for much information. It's really easy to set up, and I'll show you that in a moment once I've actually logged myself in. So let's do that. Let me log in as a current member. It will remember you. You can ask it to keep you signed in if you wish. Let's log in. And now it will take me into the back end of the website. Now, I'm here as an administrator. You will have immediately noticed the Buy Me a Coffee link. That's me being a bit of a cheeky one. Who knows? Some people may wish to donate to the upkeep and maintenance of this website. If you find it useful and beneficial, there's an option there to click Buy Me a Coffee, and make a small donation of whatever you may wish, ranging from £1 up to £1 million, whichever. Go take your pick. It's not obligatory. So here's the main activities that you see. Now I'm in and I'm signed up as a member. So although I'm in the admin setup, I'll be able to show you exactly what you will see as you go through the process. You'll see we're split into zones: business, members, career, and military. You obviously won't see the admin zone. And each of these zones will bring benefits to different sectors of the medical community. There's a little bit about who we are, and if you're not already a member, to become a member. Upon clicking that, it will literally ask you for various bits of information, and away you go. It's very, very straightforward. Put in your name, first and last name, your email address, and for contact details, and click enter, and you're now a member of MedicZone. To then make use of the full functionality, you will have to populate a profile, but you don't have to make it public. And I'm going to show you examples of that in a moment as well. So you can put as much or as little information as you want, but you do have to put some information in to sort of activate your profile to give you access to the other features of the website. Let's go and have a look in the business zone. Start with all listings. So MedicZone's new. It's all literally fresh and brand spanking new, but you can see already we've got people who have signed up, and I'll show you some of the members in a moment who have signed up as well. But this is one of the main benefits to you of becoming a member of MedicZone.co.uk and the community that's going to develop over time. You can set up a profile and have a free listing, and that listing can be anything you wish. It can be a link to maybe a business that you're running, or your own company website, or whatever it is. You can have a link to that. I'll show you a couple here now that have already taken advantage of that. This is free, by the way. This won't cost you a penny. You'll get one image, one of these little boxes, and let's go and look at one, and you'll get a link to a website of your choice. So here we are in the MedCover UK one, and all they've done is put a link to here, medcoveruk.com, and that hasn't cost them a penny. Now they're displaying their wares to the MedicZone community and anyone else who happens to find us online. So that won't cost you a dime. That's not bad, is it? And again, there's another company here, Objective Health, who do advanced, very high-tech fingerprint, drug and alcohol testing in the workplace. I know them very, very well. Simon Smith's a friend of mine. And here you can see a link to their website. So, if you think of the benefits of that, if your business is medical related, let's say you're in Objective Health, or you provide first aid training or medical supplies, or you provide staffing into the medical community, then this could be a great place for you at no cost to you to get some real good exposure and become part of the medical community on a wider scale, literally global, as time develops. So that's the most basic business listing. When you click submit a listing here, you also have the option of upgrading your listing, and you can bear in mind I'm in as an admin now, but you can literally have a mini website within our website, and you can put an image in there, and once you've agreed to the terms and conditions, your listing becomes an advanced listing. Let me go and show you the pricing. The free listing is free, and the advanced listing, where you'll get all of those features listed on our website, build it yourself on the easy to navigate website development pages, 3 images, a little dedicated page within MedicZone itself, unlimited access to your listings for changes and updates and alterations. So if you've got a particular product that you're promoting or a particular course at any given time, you can pop back into MedicZone, log in and update the details, and that will keep it current and fresh. That will improve the Google rankings. The algorithms on Google will think new information. Let's go see what that is. So it will keep everybody noticed, basically, and more importantly, your business and your activity noticed. And finally, the bottom one here, once you've upgraded to that premium listing at that price there, then you also have the opportunity to appear on a 10-minute briefing, if you like, with me on MedicZone, the YouTube channel, and you can really showcase. Bear in mind, video is the medium at the moment. It gets far more views, hits, and rankings on all search engines than text and PDFs and anything else. So video is really where it's at if you're looking to attract eyes on your content and your information and your promotions. And being on a YouTube channel is not a bad starting point. And that's all included in that very low price. So let's get back to the start then. I'll quickly show you some of the other areas. MemberZone. So once you've become a member, this is where you end up in here. I'll show you some of the current members who've already signed up, obviously myself there, but I'll talk about some of these other individuals in a moment. You'll immediately notice some people have a photograph, like this chap here, and this guy here, and myself, and these two gents at the bottom. Click upload any picture you want, not a problem, but you may choose not to have a photograph, and that's equally fine. And here, for example, this guy from the East Midlands, this guy who's a surgeon, David Vasello, who's also runs Friends of Millbank, has chosen not to put up a picture, and that's equally fine. So the options are yours. Let's look inside a profile to give you an idea. I'll start with my own first. So just to give you an example of what you could have in there, I've decided here I have a link to my LinkedIn profile and my Facebook page, but also over here you can put in a little bit of information about who you are, what you do, a short biography, what your profession is, and where you are currently based. This bit here, you can put nothing in there, or you can put loads in there. It depends. You can talk about all of your military postings, should you happen to be military over the years, or you can talk, if you're a civilian, what hospitals you've worked in, what medical community work that you've done over the years, and it's as much or as little as you choose, basically. So you can develop your profile. If I just go back one, I'll show you another profile where the individual has chosen to be contactable. Again, it's optional. You'll notice there was no telephone number on mine or email address, but this individual, Paul here, for Paul's own reasons, he might want people to come and contact him. There may be recruiters looking for someone just like him. So he's got his mobile telephone number there, and he's got his email address, basically saying to the world, you can contact me via these means if you wish, but you don't have to put that in your profile if you don't want to. So that's the member zone. In fact, one other thing to mention here. So as this grows, this category over time will grow. You have the ability to search, and you can search by various filters. You can click the location. You can click the person's last name, or you can click the first name here. Or you might just recognize somebody by their picture if they've happened to have uploaded the picture. But again, just to show the breadth of the opportunity here, the kind of people you'll be getting in front of if you join MedicZone. We've got paramedics, people who work in the theatre, emergency theatres. We've got Tina there from community sexual and reproductive health. We've got emergency medical technicians, paramedics, offshore specialists. We've got emergency medicine. We've got surgeons, GPs, pathology, the whole range. Over time, that will develop. We'll have first aid companies in there. We're going to have more paramedics in there. We're going to have trainers, and everybody's going to be in there. So now is a great opportunity to get ahead of the game and get yourself in there. So that's the business zone covered. That's the member zone covered. One of the main options going forward as this community grows will be the opportunity, two opportunities. One, if you are an employer and you're looking for people in the medical sector, this will become one of the places to come and have a look. So you'll be able to come and browse the profiles and put up a job advert based upon the medical community. So you're already advertising in an audience who want potentially what you're offering. So as an employer, you can advertise your positions here. I'll mention how you do that in a moment. But equally, as a member of MedicZone.co.uk, you might be looking for a job. So you can come here, and this, again, there's nothing in there at the moment, but there will be over time. That's going to grow quite nicely. And people can post a job or post that they're looking for a job. Let's have a quick look at posting a job. Very, very straightforward, self-intuitive. To submit a listing, simply click that button there. It takes you through to this page. You won't see a lot of this as a non-admin person, but the rest you will see. Is it a full-time, a part-time, or a freelancer? What's the speciality? Where's it based? A job description and a job overview. Get as much detail in there as you like. How much experience is required? What kind of salary? How to apply? Email or phone or both. And then, of course, you put your billing details in there, agree the terms and submit. Your card will be charged $14.99. That's quite a competitive price, and that will keep your advert active for a whole month. Of course, if you haven't filled your post after a month, you'll be alerted that your post is about to expire, and you'll be given an opportunity to come back in and extend it should you so wish. There's none in there at the moment, but there will be. There'll be lots in there. So there'll be, over time, a lot more people, a huge community looking for jobs, finding jobs, advertising their businesses or their promotions, or, and we'll move on to that now, military events. Remember, this was the main reason that this project was kickstarted in the first place, but it's developed wider than what I initially anticipated. So when you land in the military zone, this is where you come to. Here, as I'll read it here, you'll find the latest updates on military events, including heartfelt obituaries and information on reunions and social events. Stay connected with the military community through the military zone. Once you're in here, you'll be one of two people. You will either be looking to see what events are going on, or you might wish to post and tell the world about an event that you're involved with or that you're administrated. So this is free. This will always be free. And it's not just for military people. You can advertise a civilian event, a dinner, a gala, a dance, a firework display, whatever it is. It's not just military and it's not just medical. This is open for everything. But it was born from that military event that I talked about, my friend's funeral that I couldn't attend. So in here, you just look at the red boxes and you can see we've got reunions, social events, obituaries, or you can submit an event. Let's start with reunions. So let's click into reunions. And then as you go down, you can see here. Now this event is particularly close to my heart. This is the RAMC, that's the Royal Army Medical Corps Reunited Dinner Club. And the next event is in 2026. I'm one of the organisers of that event. But this could be your event. This could be your dance, your gala, your dinner, your work, social function, your committee meetings. It can be anything. And then when people click the event, they get more information on where it is, what it is. So again, this will be populated by those running the event. So you may see lots of info or not so much. Some way of contacting them. Some people might decide to put in a phone number. And a date when the event is taking place, the time and where. One of the beauties of MedicZone is you're never going to come across out-of-date information. There's a process built into the website. The day after an event has taken place, it removes itself from the calendar. So it's there in the back end, but you can't see it. So you're not going to see old stuff. It's valid. It's what's coming up, not what took place a month ago. You can search by date. You can search by location. So that was that reunion. Let's see if there's any social events going on. And I know there are. There's lots, as you can see. So we've got let me just move myself over there. So just to give you an idea of the types of things that we've currently got being promoted on MedicZone inside the event section, which is inside the military zone, but it's not restricted to military only. We've got the Friends of Millbank talk here. Friends of Millbank, run by David Vasello, a former Colonel Surgeon in the Royal Army Medical Corps, who's one of our members. Routine events run by Millbank, and you'll see them always advertised here. Let's just click in and give you an idea of what it's all about. Quite some comprehensive information about one of the Millbank talks. They do regular talks on really interesting topics. Contact details there for the chairman, what it's about. This particular one's online. There's the date. And again, that will disappear once the event has taken place. You can see there are charity events taking place, dinner dances in aid of the Not Forgotten charity. We've got the Northumbria branch of the Royal Army Medical Corps promoting, what are they promoting? It's a centenary lunch. But again, this will just give you an idea of what kind of information you can find here. And it'd be lovely just to drop back in every now and then. What's going on in my area? Who's joined any of my old friends on there? Do I know anybody? And just to build up that community, but with a purpose and a function of bringing people together. What I want to show you now, I want to go to the obituaries, and this is where it was all born from. This is where it all started. So in the obituaries zone, we have the ability to let people know that there's an event, an obituary event coming up, and it might be a cremation or it might be a funeral. But often, this has happened to me in the past as well, I read something on social media about the passing of someone I've known in my military career, and I've missed the funeral. I just simply didn't know that they passed away. That's quite a long time ago, but that has happened to me. And again, it's a little bit frustrating. So the idea here is to promote and let the whole of the community know about members of both the military and civilian sector who sadly passed away. And this is an opportunity to do that. So here, in the last few months, there's been a lot more of these. But as I mentioned before, at the point where an event has passed, that's it. It's taken off the website. People don't want to see old information. So here we can see we've got the airborne ashes scattering of Anthony Richard John, ex-member of the Parachute Regiment. Now these events, these appear regularly on MedicZone. These particular events are conducted by a friend of mine, Mark Robson, who's a former member of the Parachute Regiment himself. And what he does for veterans and their families is an airborne ashes scattering service, totally free of charge. There are the most amazing events, super moving, heartstrings being tugged. He conducted a ceremony for a very good friend of mine, a former warrant officer in the British Army, Sean Kennedy, a little while ago. In fact, at the start of March 2024, Sean's ashes were taken up in the aircraft near Shotton Colliery, just down the road here in the northeast, at the airfield at the Sky High Skydiving Centre. Mark and his colleague jump out of the aeroplane. The ashes are in a pouch strapped to his waist, and at the appropriate moment, the ashes are released and the plume of ashes go off into the sky. It's really emotive. It's really touching. It's a wonderful ceremony, and it's all videoed. And we'll always advertise Mark's ashes scatterings here as well. But that could be any of your friends or family events that, sadly, where people have passed on. Let the medical community know here. And that's the way to do it, by clicking that button there and submitting all of the event information. If you're submitting an obituary, we do require that we have a name of the deceased. By clicking the terms and conditions, you are accepting that it's your responsibility. This announcement is your responsibility, and that you are doing so with permission of friends, family, colleagues, etc. So there's a bit of a built-in safety net there. So there we go. Let me just very briefly do a quick wash-up. The aim of this chat, this brief video, was to introduce you to MedicZone.co.uk to let you know the benefits of it, that predominantly it can become a great community of like-minded medical professionals from around the globe, not just military, but both civilian and military. There's an opportunity within MedicZone to tell people who you are, so you can build a profile and you can give as much or as little information as you wish. There's an opportunity, once you've filled in your profile, to develop that profile and have a little bit of a bio about you and a link to maybe your business that you run or stuff that you sell. Who knows? And that's free. Then there's the enhanced opportunity for a full business listing and an appearance on MedicZone, the YouTube channel. And you can have a little mini website within our website. And that price is really, really cost effective at £50 per annum. And then, of course, if you are looking for work or you're offering people work, you can also advertise those on MedicZone. So again, £15 a month, really, really cost effective compared to the competition out there. You can advertise for 30 days your job position, tell people what it's all about, who you're looking for, what kind of attributes they need. But of course, you may look at MedicZone and find the ideal candidate anyway by going through the profiles and searching our current member list. Who knows? And then finally, we've got the military zone, where there's an opportunity to look for social events, reunion, gala dinners, function type events, and sadly, obituaries. And you can look for those and you can also post those. If you're a member of MedicZone, that functionality is available to you totally free of charge. The only places where MedicZone is asking for any payment is if you're advertising a business at the enhanced level, or you're looking to recruit people and you want to place a job advert. But even then, our prices are really, really cost effective, based on the premise that over time, you're going to be hitting the exact target audience who want to be reading those types of job adverts. You're going to find the expertise within MedicZone. So there we go. So if you have any questions, by all means, reach out to me through this website. Let's have a look. Scroll down to the bottom and you'll be able to get in touch through that form there. There's a link to the YouTube channel. Put your name and your email address in. Tell me how I can help you, and we'll get back to you as quick as we possibly can. Finally, back to the homepage, and we'll wash it up now. So, yeah, there you go. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you're going to come along and join MedicZone. I hope you're going to make full use of the free features and equally full use of the paid-for features. I'm here at the end of the phone, end of the email at any time, should you have any difficulties whatsoever. Best of luck, and thank you so much for watching so far. Thank you. Bye for now.